Alright, what's up y'all? In today's video, I'm going to talk about my experience with Western Express. First and foremost, I am not with them. I don't think you should talk about a company when you are working for them because you never know who's going to see it. But now that I'm no longer with them, let's talk about it. The first thing is, I'd like to thank Western Express for hiring me because my actions caused me to end up at Western Express. I was at Schneider. I got fired from Schneider because I racked up too many critical events, and they deemed me a safety hazard. So I ended up at Western Express, and other mega carriers, when they hired me, like Swift, Prime, they said I needed some experience. So Western Express hired me. So I would like to thank Western Express for giving me the opportunity to get back in trucking. All right, with that being said, let's get into it. Let's talk about home time. Western Express did not do a good job getting me home. I'm just gonna say it like that. Like, I probably got home on time maybe 40% of the times. Other than that, I had to stay an extra week, 2-3 weeks out before I actually got home from the time I submitted my request. So I give Western Express 4 out of 10 when it comes to getting me home. But from my experience, from what I heard, Western Express did do a good job of getting other people home on time. So I think that's just a case-by-case scenario, depending on who your driver manager is. You may get home, you may not. But me personally, I feel like they didn't do a good job of getting me home. So with that being said, on to the next thing. One of my problems with Western Express was I had a lot of downtime. Now, that can be a pro and a con. Because if I'm out on the road OTR, I'm not out here just to sit. But I think I began to realize Western Express, well, not even just Western Express, mega carriers in general who do drive-in, sometimes you're gonna sit. There's not gonna be no loads for you because everybody does drive-in. There are a whole bunch of drive-in drivers out here. So some days there's not gonna be no loads for you because everybody's taking the loads already. So if you work for Western Express, you're gonna be sitting here and there. Now, the con is you're not making no money. The pro is I end up getting in very decent shape when I was with Western Express, and I'm going to insert that picture somewhere. But I was able to go to the gym a lot with Western Express, so I ended up getting in decent shape with Western Express, and I wish I maintained that physique, but I didn't. But all right, on to the next thing. Dispatcher. My dispatcher was cool. Only thing I didn't like about him, he would sometimes call me and tell me I can start driving. Bro, I'm a truck driver. I know when I can start driving. And I haven't even been late to none of my loads. So the fact that he would call me to tell me I can start driving, I thought was nuts. But also, he would call me and then sometimes say like, oh yeah, you need anything, bro, just send it through the tablet. No, if you call me, tell me I can drive early in the morning, I'm gonna call you. So don't get frustrated when I call you. Like, especially if you're calling me to tell me I can drive. Like, I don't know that already. But other than that, he was cool. I didn't have no problems with him. Sometimes we barely talked. And his name was John Miller. But he was a cool driver manager. I really didn't have no problems out of him. He actually had like the Star Fleet, or Western got something where like if a fleet's doing good, they like call it something. But he's also trying to get me to be a trainer, but I didn't want to have nobody else in the truck. Like, I just wasn't going for it. Moving on to the next thing. Oh, pay. My pay was very low. I think I came in Western Express getting paid about 40 cents. Now, granted, I only had like 6 months of experience. And I was 20, I want to say I was out of 21 or 22 at the time. I'm 23 now. I was getting paid about 40 cents. And I believe I worked my way up to like 44 cents or 46 cents before I left. I'm honestly not sure. But on average, my checks are around $500 to $700, and I only seen $1,000 check with Western Express my time being there. I think I was there for like 6 or 7 months. I wasn't there for long. But the pay, I guess the pay for a second chance company was decent, but I didn't get paid much, which I wasn't really expecting to get paid much going in, because I know I messed up, and the reason why I was there in the beginning was because of my actions and my choices. However, like I said, my pay averaged from $500 to $700, which was good enough for me at the time, because I was, like I said, I was like 22, no kids, no nothing. But I knew I wasn't there for the pay. I was there for the experience, in which I got my experience so I can get up out of there. So, like I said, that's why I think Western Express for that. And that, for me personally, I didn't get paid much at Western Express. And other people I know, they also did not get paid much at Western Express. So, that basically concludes the video. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. Western Express is one of those companies you go to if you really have to, if you need a second chance or you need to get your experience. All right, and that. Oh, one thing I would say, the driver trainers at Western Express do make money. Don't get that confused. The driver trainers do make money. They're not, those guys make money. That is true. That 130K, or they make 6 figures, them guys actually do make that money, because they make their miles, your miles. I believe they also get paid for like monthly for how long you stay with the company. So those guys get paid, and like you're basically team driving too when those guys are when you're getting trained. Like there wasn't really too much training going on, at least with my trainer, because I already had experience. So we basically was team driving. So he was getting paid my miles and his miles. You know what I'm saying? I was running about 500 miles per day because we was getting those long distance loads. So if you do end up at Western Express, try to become a driver trainer, and you will make bread. But that basically concludes the video. Like I said, only go to Western Express if you really have to get your experience, get in and get out. Unless you become a driver trainer, then make your bread, stack that bread. Like at the end of the day, Western Express is a second chance company. You really can't expect much out of them, but you also need to thank them for the opportunity they gave you. All right, y'all.